Cloud. Okay, yeah.
There we go.
She's the boss, by the way, right?
Who, me? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm an executive secretary.
Saved my bacon today because I've been so busy I forgot to send out the meeting reminder.
Well, I had to send payment off for a travel trailer today, part of it, and I go, don't shoot me, I had to make another change. And I just told him, I said, I'm the head IT person and the executive secretary at our house.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Gesundheit, David.
Gesundheit, exactly.
Thank you.
Alisa was on here. I don't know where she went.
Yeah, she was shocked she's going.
What?
I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. I'm sorry.
I don't know what these people are. Okay, so let's see. Are we?
Taking
Okay.
attendance for Glenda.
Can Linda, you know Alisa and I don't. Would you mind introducing her?
Sure, I've only talked to her once on the phone, but yeah.
Okay, well, it's one more time than I did.
Happy to. When she comes back.
Yeah. Oh,
Ready for a nap.
yeah.
Everybody looks all tuckered out. It must have been one heck of a New Year's for you all.
Yeah, it was really windy here the last few days, and last night it was all night long.
There she is.
It was a long day on the golf range today.
Yeah.
For
So
you?
it's nice weather there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, beautiful.
It's tough, Harold, but somebody's got to do it, right?
That's right.
I was helping a group of veterans learn how to play golf.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it's tough work, but somebody's got to do it.
We're better off than Australia right now.
Oh,
Yeah, tell me about it.
No kidding.
it was interesting to see the email that you sent out, Linda, from
Yeah, that was.
Australia concerning the ride and saying that, it's bad, but it's not near as bad as some of the news meetings.
Yeah, the news, it's
21 degrees.
Keep it, Rory. Keep it.
Oh,
yeah, no, it's bad in parts, and they always get bushfires this time of year, but a lot of the fires were deliberately set. That information's coming out more and more.
yeah.
Oh,
they've-
really?
Sick.
Yeah.
And the number of animals that have been died, people, animals, property loss.
Sure.
I think one estimate was 500 million animals have died.
Oh,
Oh, my Lord.
I'll make you jealous.
61. Yeah.
In Houston?
In Friendswood, yeah. 61 right now. And we're getting tomorrow 75.
39 degrees here.
14 here.
53 here.
So we are a little bit warmer, Harold.
Life
That's
is good.
14 Celsius or Fahrenheit?
That's Fahrenheit.
How much, Dave? How much?
14 Fahrenheit.
Oh my
It's
God.
minus.
No way.
Minus.
That's really
I'm
good.
not golfing, Harold.
No, no. In the house.
Yes,
Yeah.
indoor only. Indoor.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well.
Yes,
It is
people
what
will
it
love
is.
that.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Oh, are we going to get our speaker back?
I know what happened.
I know she's in Washington DC, so maybe the hotel's Wi-Fi or something died.
She should have just come and sat with me at my desk.
Where are you sitting?
About 20 minutes outside of Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Oh, probably safer there.
I don't know about that.
Safer than the interstate.
Maybe somebody who has her number ought to call her.
I have to look it up. Did everybody see the note about Jerry?
Yes.
No.
No.
Look in the chat window. I don't want to put it on the video.
Oh.
Okay.
Right.
I don't have anything in my chat video, in my chat box.
I'll copy it and paste it and do it again.
Okay, thank you.
Well, prayers go out to him and his family.
There it is. Yeah, not good. Back over.
Been there, done that. I feel for him.
Yeah.
Well, and the kind of, yeah, it's bad. Oh, that's hard. I've certainly been there.
Me too, twice.
Yeah.
Unmute myself.
All right, Elisa's back.
Yay!
Hi, Lisa.
There she is. Hi, Alisa.
Hey!
All right.
I've lost you for a while.
I apologize. I just flew into DC and yeah, having a little bit of technical trouble. I had to reboot my computer.
No.
Yeah.
Alisa, where are you actually? Are you in the city or are you in the suburbs?
I am at the Marriott Marquis downtown,
Downtown.
across from the convention center.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm here for the IMS show this weekend.
If you need anything while you're here, I will send you a note with my contact information. I live just outside of the city.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Or
You're
if you're
welcome.
coming in for the show, come visit us. I've got a booth.
I honestly didn't realize the show was going on, and now I don't have an excuse not to come in. So
Well, text me after, and I've got a special offer for you because I'm hosting the ladies' first hour every on Saturday and Sunday, and you can get in early. And yeah, I've got a discount code for the ticket and stuff. So
Great.
Cool. So you want me to introduce?
Sure.
So this is Alisa Clickenger. She owns a women's motorcycle tour group. They're going to do a suffragettes ride, correct? Next year.
this year,
This year. I'm behind.
yeah.
And we've talked once on the phone, and she is a member of our club. So I'm going to let her talk more about what she's doing, but she just moved too. You were in California and moved to...
I did. I just relocated to North Carolina, Western North Carolina from Southern California.
Okay. There's a few members out that way.
Yeah. Okay. You asked me to do a slideshow, so I don't know how to get it.
So down, if you move your mouse down towards the bottom of the window, you'll see a share.
See share. Yep. Okay.
Click on that, you can share your screen.
Okay. I'll share that. Is it doing the right thing from the beginning?
Yep. Yay.
This is great practice because I have to do this for another project. So thanks for bearing with me and my IT ignorance. So here we go. My name is Alisa Clickenger, and and I'm a tour operator, an author, and an event producer, as Linda just said. Let me see if I can get this thing to look a little prettier. I was working hard on it on the plane. I want to show it off. Ah, interesting. There we go. Okay. So I live in Sapphire, North Carolina now. And I run a company called Women's Motorcycle Tours. We've been in business since 2011 was my first tour, but long before that I was a tour guide for different companies. But I've been exclusively focused on women. And as far as I know, I'm the only female tour operator exclusively running tours for women. There's a lot of fellows who will who run motorcycle tour companies, and they hire a woman to come in and run the tour, but it's not designed by women for women, and so that's why I use the hashtag by women for women on my stuff. Very proud of the fact that this year I authored a book, Boost Your Confidence Through Motorcycling, and I wrote it because of witnessing my own journey to self-confidence through motorcycling, and it also gives me a way to bring the motorcycle conversation outside of the industry, so I can go and I can talk to women's groups and other organizations outside of the industry, and that's pretty cool. And I'm loving the author's journey, by the way. It's a lot of fun, and I'm on the IMS show circuit promoting the book and helping try to get more people riding motorcycles. And since my audience is women, I do host the first hour of every IMS show, Saturdays and Sundays. We have a Ladies First program where folks can come in and meet me a half hour before the show starts in the lobby. And they get sort of a VIP tour, walk around a little bit the show with me. From a female perspective, they get to see it. Sometimes the shows can be daunting to new riders, so we're especially inviting new riders to come in and make a connection with somebody, a personable connection, and I help them sign up for the Discover the Ride area, where we get them on a Yamaha electric bicycle. And then if they prove they can balance and stuff, then they get to do about 8 or 9 laps on the indoor track on the Zero motorcycle, which is pretty cool, because I have to tell you, I think one of the barriers to entry for our sport is, the whole clutch throttle thing. And this way, and, people have to take a class, and the class is, kind of difficult, and sometimes people are challenged with the class. So this gives them that opportunity to really feel what it feels like to ride a motorcycle without having to learn all the clutch throttle stuff, which I think is fabulous. So that's pretty cool. And then event producer in 2016, I produced the Sister Centennial motorcycle ride. We brought almost 100 ladies across the United States, and by the time we went across the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, we had over 250 ladies cross the bridge with us, and it was really an amazing thing. I love being in this era of social media where I can see all the connections that were made between people and the things that they're doing together, and just helping women find their community. That's what I love to do. And so many people made, lifelong connections on that ride. It was really a lot of fun. I am now producing the Suffragist Centennial Motorcycle Ride, which is what Linda mentioned. I have been saying next year for 2 years, and now this year, it's 2020. The event dates are July 31st to August 23rd, 2020, and it's a nationwide event with 10 different start cities. We're in 35 different media markets, and I designed the event that way because I love evangelizing the sport of motorcycling outside of the industry. Pretty much everything I do does that. And so I designed this event so that we can get a lot of media attention outside of our own industry. And there's 3 cross-country routes. Portland goes across to Sturgis, Milwaukee, and then down to Knoxville. San Francisco is one of the westernmost start cities, and then Los Angeles. So those are the 3 sort of routes across country. We do have a New York historical route as well. And all of the cross-country routes come together in Knoxville, which is an important place in terms of the suffragist history. Tennessee was the 36th state to ratify the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote. And we are there in Knoxville the very day, 100 years to the day, that Tennessee ratified the 19th Amendment. So that's pretty cool. And then what happens when it gets ratified, then it goes on to Washington and gets signed into law. And so that's what we're doing. We'll spend 2 days riding into DC. We have a week-long celebration from Knoxville to DC. And here in Washington, DC, we're going to be hosting a 3-day women's motorcycle celebration extravaganza. And we'll have all sorts of really great stuff happening over the course of 3 days. Take our picture. We have at one of the monuments down in DC. And then just watch what happens next with all the ladies who came cross country with us. I think it's a neat opportunity for women to get involved in something that's larger than themselves. It's a way for us to evangelize motorcycling outside the sport and get some non-endemic media. And it's also a way to bring motorcyclists together, particularly women, which is what I love to do. But beyond that, I'm a motorcycle traveler. I've traveled over a goodly portion of the globe by myself. I did that thing where you sail all your stuff and you go for a long motorcycle ride. I rode from New York to Argentina by myself in 2009, 2010. I've been in Israel, the top picture there, India, Balkans by myself. Yeah, I just love being a motorcycle traveler. I think there's no better way to see the world on 2 wheels. And I am ultimately a traveler and a power sports industry advocate. I write for a couple of different magazines. Got a monthly column in Dealer News, one in Motorcycle Consumer News. And that's how I put gas in my tank to keep doing what I'm doing. And that's it. That's me. Thanks. I don't know how to get rid of this now.
I like how you just wrap that up and we're done. As if you could just drop that on all of us and we were questions at all, Alisa.
Well, I'm a little sensitive to the fact that I don't attend many meetings. I don't know how this is supposed to go. I don't know how these presentations are supposed to go, so I didn't want to take up too much. I didn't want to take up too much club time if if there's other agenda items. So
there's no supposed to.
Oh,
I think.
Okay.
Okay. Very easy. We're very useful.
I'm made of questions now.
Yeah,
Sure.
what kind of support mechanism do you have in place when you get this large number of riders together? Invariably, issues come up, mechanical issues, health issues. What kind of support mechanism do you have in place to cover all of this?
Well, it's fully staffed. There's 2 different ways that folks can join my ride. They can join as a fully guided rider, which is they tour, motorcycle tour done for you. We carry your luggage. You ride with a tour guide. We've got the support vehicle, et cetera, et cetera. Or you can sign up as a self-guided rider, in which you pay an event fee, and then it's DIY, right? You pay for your hotels on your own. You decide whether you want to eat at the expensive hotel breakfast buffet or do you want to go next door to Denny's?
Sure.
So there's 2 different ways to join and varying levels of support. You get whichever level you choose to pay for.
Sure. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. A lot of women, I was really surprised. I mean, just a side note, I was really surprised in 2016, about 80% of our women joined as fully guided. And I'm such a DIYer, I'm a budget traveler when I'm on my own, because I'm trying to stretch those dollars and stay on the road as long as possible. So I was really surprised at how many women joined up for the fully guided, and that's given me a lot of ideas about the experiences and stuff that I'm creating in the future too, because wow, okay, yeah, there really is a market for
Oh, yeah.
those done for you services, so experiences.
Yeah, most people, excuse me, most people feel a little overwhelmed by, the solo riding,
Yeah.
the trip preparation and whatnot. So when you go with guided tours, it relieves you of some of the burden
Yes.
of worrying about, okay, where am I going to sleep, and
Yep.
what am I going to eat, and what if I spring a little oil leak, how am I going
Yeah.
to get help? So, but I'm like you, I prefer the solo riding. I
Yeah.
like to do things independently,
Yeah.
but that's just me.
Before the tours and before the events, we do a lot of coaching
Good.
with folks to make sure that their bike is up to speed, up to mechanical snuff, and make sure that they're prepared. I will have a series of preparatory calls. We have a lot of information. Hey, here's a packing list. Here's things you should think about. I'm trying to bring in some partners to talk about different things like hydration, and I because I pick these because I wrap my events around these historical events. Unfortunately, I'm stuck with August, the hottest month in the South, and so that southern, that Los Angeles route. We were just in Dallas, and everybody was saying, "Man, it's going to be really hot there." Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I can't change history, so I just have to roll with it.
Third browser detected. Your browser is compatible.
Hang on a second. There.
Brian, that was really nice.
I was looking at your website. It started chatting at me.
Mine? I don't have any. I don't have any video on mine. I think that was your computer telling you it was compatible.
There.
So how do you deal with the different skill levels? That's another issue that usually comes up with especially large groups of people riding.
Yeah. So I'm going to answer that in a second, but I should say that we are not traveling across the United States in one giant amoeba clogging the highways. We're breaking it down into groups of 8. And so most of my ride guides are MSF instructors. I'm a ride guide and I'm not an MSF instructor, but most are. And so there'll be some coaching available, and really, we're really of a spirit of we're all in this together. And so there's a lot of encouragement for the folks that don't have the skill level. We say on all of our literature, you should have at least 3,000 miles of riding before you come. And what does that mean? We're all motorcyclists. We know that can mean anything. But we try to encourage people to practice that way, and we'll be some of our communications beforehand, especially with our registered riders, will be, hey, April 1st, spring's over, and get out there, get riding, because you need to get your long distance stamina on. So we'll have some support like that. We're used to supporting folks who maybe don't have the confidence. I mean, my confidence book is, born out of working with a lot of people who don't have a lot of confidence. So I've got some things in place to support them, and we have a really great team.
Okay. You may have said this, but how long have you been riding?
I didn't say it. I started in 95.
Okay. All right.
I'm not sure what the math is on that. Is that 25 years?
Long enough.
Dang, I'm old.
No, not as old as some of us. You're fine. Thank you very much.
Alisa, I'm on your website right now, and I see that you have a couple of other tours as well. It looks like I need to upgrade my browser now. But
don't hit that.
That was Brian's problem.
No, there's a problem. That's not a link actually to Flash. That's something.
That's a malware.
Is there malware on my site?
Yeah.
I'm not getting it now. I think you're good. I think it was me. So it looks
both of you got it.
Most of your tours that I'm seeing are around 10 days is the length. Do you have shorter tours that are available?
Not at the moment. And I don't have any right now that I'm not offering any in 2020 because I'm solely focused on the ride.
The Centennial Ride. Okay.
Yeah. I toyed with 4-day weekends, but honestly, the insurance was quite difficult and made the price high enough that not a lot of people signed up. So and I thought they would be really popular, right? Because women, we have a really hard time getting away. We're the caretakers. We might have kids, we're taking care of our parents or whatever. So 4-day weekend, awesome. So I'll experiment with that again in 2021. I will tell you, I'm a big fan of the Epic. And so what I've got going on in 2021 is I've got an Southern Africa tour, August 3rd to 17th. And I've got a Portugal tour in the spring. Still working on the dates for that. And then I'll run the Southwest USA tour and probably Appalachia since I just moved there. And it's a good tour for me.
How is the distance from your rides? So how far are you going every day when you see it? A tour. How many mileage you make per day?
200 to 250, depending on which portion of the country we're on. 250 miles on the East Coast is a very different thing than 250 miles on the West Coast.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think for our cross country ride, I think the longest day is about 300, and that's in the West. That's after. It's just because there's no good hotels for the size of the group that we have there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you make trainings as well? When you have a group, there's a different level of skills. How do you make a training or do you offer a training for the people?
So, yeah, good question. I actually do offer a training tour, which is for newer riders. It had I used to call it the Women's Empowerment Motorcycle Tour, and it was about learning to tour while you were touring. I need to work on a better name for it because I think that word is overused too much these days. But and it wasn't skills so much as confidence training and information, giving them lots of information. And we had coaching calls before the ride, helping people set up their bikes and thinking about maintenance and thinking about packing and thinking about if they didn't have apparel or they're shopping for a helmet, drilling down on that stuff so they were prepared. And then we actually did tour together for 10 days. So that I've been running, that was actually my first tour. I started that one in 2011. I don't consider myself a trainer, but I'm actually working on a VIP Learn to Ride program because I'm very interested in getting new riders into the sport. We hear about the ridership conversation in the industry and how we need more riders coming in and we need younger riders. And so I'm working on this program just to spend a weekend around motorcycles. And, that makes it super easy. And then ladies can go back to their own state and take the class and feel a little more confident, feel like they've got that one up. I'm going to try it. I throw a lot of things at the wall and see if it sticks. And if it sticks, great, then I run with it. But I do really love these big events because they allow a broad spectrum of people to participate in something that's larger than themselves, and give them a sense of belonging, a sense of community. And I call myself a community builder among female motorcyclists to such an extent that we have a special offer for all clubs in Washington, D.C. When our ride gets in there, we're going to offer them all the motorcycle clubs a table. So ladies who come to the grand finale, they can walk around and talk to the different clubs and see, geographically what's available to them, what the different flavors of groups that they can join and stuff. So, and I know this training thing, getting back to your question, I know the training thing is a hot topic because, you know, these training tours where you train for a couple of days and then you go off and ride. We did that. Oh, actually, I did that with the Colorado Backcountry Discovery Tour. We did training on that, but I haven't done another off-road tour since. That was getting to Harold's question, how do you keep people safe? You know, that was, you know, riding off-road, you have a lot of offs, and I found that it wasn't, leading a tour in that environment wasn't, I think it's an acquired taste, and I wasn't ready for it.
Do you also make trainings how to use the navigation system?
No.
I think this is the biggest question, because Harold is a BMW guy, I'm a BMW guy, and we all decide with the base camp, you know, thing.
Yeah. There's a lot of other people a lot better than me that can train you on that stuff.
Yes, this is something what I think it's the really needed thing to make, because my husband is always, you know, exhausted when it comes to the planning, so I have to make the planning all the time because I have no patience. I think this is the only reason, because this is so horrible, you know. But what I wrote you actually as a note, the Rotary Convention, International Convention, is coming up in 2022 to Houston. So,
oh, wow.
Yes, and my husband is the chair of the, how you call it, the hosting thing. So, and of course, because we are both riding, we would like to do something like a trip over here for the motorcycle guys, not only for the IFMR, you know, for the fellowship.
Yeah.
We would really like to make something, you know. Houston is not that interesting for riding because it's, you know, flat and, you know, not really interesting. But the hill country, and this is not far. This is where we make, in March, we make a club longer weekend in Bandera. This is in the middle of the hill country.
Oh, yeah, Bandera is lovely.
Yes, and there is, at the same weekend, they have the rally over there. So that's pretty interesting. So, but if you like to be a part of that, and maybe we can make something together in this Houston convention, that would be great. So I send you my contact information.
Okay, thanks.
Is
that in the chat thing?
Yes.
Okay. I still have my slide up there. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay.
I would like to have, you know, all the motorcycle guys in Houston, and we can make something. And, you know, it will be hot for sure because it's June. It's not that hot month, but it's nice to make something special for the motorcycle people when they want to come over. And this is one of my biggest interests, that we make something for the fellowship and, you know, for the club as well. So. And
you said that's 2022.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Yeah, because I'm not agreeing to anything before
it's in the beginning of June.
October.
Every year, beginning of June.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be happy to talk about it, but I have no, you know, I'm trying to lead 1,000 ladies across the United States this year, so until October I am flat out.
So next year. No,
next year.
Yes.
Great.
No problem.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you for typing that there. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, any other club business?
One last question.
Sure.
Why motorcycling? How did you come about targeting a specific area? What was it about motorcycling that captivated you?
I think it's certainly the community, and it's certainly the it's everything I stand for. It's this, or have come to stand for, at least, the confidence that I've gained. You know, I used to be a shy housewife. I was in a not so nice relationship, and as I was getting divorced, I had a dream about motorcycling, and I started riding a motorcycle, and, you know, the bio on the back of my book says I was a shy housewife. And then through motorcycling, I've sort of found my community. I found what I love to do. I've made it my vocation and
Awesome.
my business. And it started as a give back thing. And then I was like, well, maybe then I decided, well, why don't I turn it into a business so I can do it full time? And that's led me where I am now. You know, pretty everything I do. I mean, I'm full time, all things motorcycle. You know, my book's about motorcycling. My company leads motorcycle tours. My event is motorcycles. It's my partner's in the motorcycle industry. There's very little space for anything but motorcycles in my life. I garden a little bit every once in a while.
A great sport. Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, it's good to hear from you.
Yeah.
You know,
I travel so much, and this thing, I mean, this event is really big. It's really, really a big event. So I have my hands full. I probably took on more than was necessary, trying to lead 1,000 ladies across the United States. But I'm gonna hang in there, and I'm gonna get it done. So you won't see too much of me until that's over. But would love to have you all join, especially you lady motorcycle riders. Definitely, Amanda. I mean, you live right here. This is where the celebration is.
I do, but the closely guarded secret here is I don't ride anymore.
Oh.
Bike. But I will be more than glad to come buy you a beer when you're in town, for sure.
Awesome. Thanks. Well, I'll see you at the show this weekend.
I'm going to try it. This weekend is absolutely nuts. I just started a new job and my company party is Saturday. My husband started a new job on Monday and his company party is Saturday. And my daughter has her Peter Pan production. So we're trying to figure out if we're going to be good parents or good professionals this week.
Okay.
So I will do my best just to pop in and say hi.
Okay, great.
I just looked where, you live in North Carolina because we just came back on a trip from North Carolina in New Bern. So a couple of weeks ago. So we made a trip it's in close to the coast to Wilmington, New Bern.
Oh, yeah, that's the other side of the state from us. It's probably 5-6 hours. Yeah, beautiful over there.
Sure. Yes, it was a long ride, 1,300 miles from south of Houston to get to New Bern.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I like to do that too.
Yeah. I was just in Dallas the last week. We had some really nice weather there.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Not so nice here in DC, Amanda.
I think that's 100% dependent on what your idea of nice is.
That's true.
I think it was very nice to drive into work yesterday. It took me 22 minutes because nobody was on the roads. It was great. The girl from Michigan has no problems at all driving to work when it snows in DC.
Got it. Yeah. So
we don't have any club business tonight, but I wanted to ask Amanda, we need to have a business meeting, like an actual and we need to talk getting that we really commitments on. And so are you going to be around next week?
Yes.
You are. Okay. All right. Then maybe we can have a business meeting next week and bring some things into focus, and that would help.
It's funny, when I said Wednesdays were good for me, they were good, and then all of a sudden everything happens on Wednesdays. So
no, I know.
It's completely open next week. I'm just going to block off the whole week or the whole day on Wednesday. It's yours. You can have it.
I laugh at the we try to decide whether we're going to be good parents or good professionals. And it just seems like this whole thing that I've been going through, I'm just not good at any of it. I'm just like,
Deep breath, man. We only have 100%, right?
That's right.
What percentage? That doesn't mean we're doing a bad job. It just means things got to change sometimes.
Yeah. So it's weird. It's very strange. It's just very strange. So.
You youngsters will figure it out sooner or later. Just give it time.
Oh.
Is there still laughing at us? We're gonna figure it out. Stop it.
No. It's not about that. It's about, the wise guy on the other side in South Carolina sitting there and give you tips how you make your, normal day. This is why
I'm convinced that about the time you figure out how to be a professional, you get to retire. That's actually the prize at the end.
Yep. Well, I've been retired for 7 years now. Thank you very much.
Harold's living the dream.
Yep. Retire and retire every day.
I put my boy child on a plane back to New Zealand last Friday, so I'm happy to be focusing on work and not focusing on the fact that my son is in New Zealand again.
Wow. Impressive.
Well, does anybody have anything else to talk about for the good of Rotary?
Well, I would just like to say to Alisa, I really enjoyed the presentation. Thank you very much. It was enlightening.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
To know, and it would be nice if you leave something like a flyer or whatever, so we can promote you maybe.
Sure.
Yes.
Happy to do that. Yep.
Yeah, something like that we know, how could we find you or send something out for somebody who's
okay. That's great. Yeah, I'm keenly would be keenly interested in having folks promote the ride. I mean, there's nothing better than having a full house and really showing the industry that lady riders are, an important part of the segment, and also providing that community for ladies. It's fascinating going around the motorcycle shows and talking to lady riders around the country, and so many of them are looking for that community. They're looking for that group to belong to. They don't ride as much as they would like to because of some concerns about safety or training or whatever. I have a Facebook group. It's a motorcycle confidence Facebook group. Mm-hmm. And I hear it in there too. People are looking for mentors. I started it as a mentor matching place because women build confidence differently than men do, and if a woman can see another woman doing something, then she thinks it's possible for herself. But if she sees a man do it, then she thinks, oh, he's a dude, that's good for him. So leading by example and getting women to mentor other women has been a good I felt like it's a really good thing to do, and it's fun in this day of social media to watch the ladies flourish through that. It's pretty cool. But I would love to have help promoting the event and building awareness and getting more folks to come out and ride more miles. It's good for the industry. It's good for them. Good for the soul.
The fastest way I can think of, if you post it on the IFMR website on the Facebook, and then we just share it that way quicker.
Yeah. And then if you have something formatted, Alisa, just send it to me and I'll put it in the newsletter.
Okay.
If you have some connections to the industry, it would be nice, because what I always hate is when you go in a shop and want to buy some protection clothes, and I never go without, right? I'm a typical German. I need that, for myself. I'm not riding without. But for the women, when you see what they have for the women, especially for tall women, they have pretty much nothing, or it's very, very expensive. So, and the answer is all the time that they say the women, the rider, the motorcycle riding women are under 15% in the industry, and this is a reason why they don't make it so much, you know. But it's frustrating. It's for me really frustrating to get in, and I can try a guide thing, but it's always not really fitting, you know. So that makes me crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know, the gear is there. I mean, there is quality women's gear out there now. It's just a matter of, you know, the good stuff costs money.
Yes, but not in all sizes. I can go, but I'm 5'12" tall, so I'm sorry, I cannot. It's hard for me to get something really fitting.
Yeah, I would look at Revit.
I tried that, yes, but it's not fitting.
Yeah.
Too long legs.
Okay. If you send me an email afterwards, I can help you. I can connect you with my friend Joanne Dawn, who runs gearchick.com. And she's my resource for fitting all ladies who can't seem to find anything.
Great, you have my contact information.
Yeah. Okay.
What about Aerostitch? Have you tried Aerostitch?
No. How it calls?
Aerostitch.
Aerostitch.
Yeah.
Can you write it down in the chat, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if we want it to dissolve into a gear discussion, but what
we've often talked about the Roadcrafter. A few of us have them, and a lot of them love the suit. Some don't. You know, it's kind of.
Yeah, what I don't like about it is that the armor, there's no mechanism to keep the armor where it really needs to be. They're big and bulky, and if you do, you know, need armor elbow, there's so much material there that the chances of the armor being in the right place is not so great. So that's what I don't like about those suits, but they're very well made. They're very popular. Plenty of people ride in them. So, yeah.
I have a custom-made leather dress, but I cannot wear it here because it's too hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a link to the Roadcrafter suit there.
Oh, thank you.
For you, yeah. All right. Well,
Okay.
We've got 10 minutes.
Thank you for the information, guys.
Well, it's good seeing everybody in the new year.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that?
We went to Reno and visited a bunch of friends, and then we went to Little Rock, and I interviewed in Little Rock on Monday, and then I'm interviewing here tomorrow. And that makes 11 since November 1st.
Wow.
Good luck.
That is a lot of traveling.
Yeah, it's just a lot of traveling.
Have you narrowed things down any?
Well, yeah. You know, there's some places that like Elko, Nevada, right? I would love, the medicine's great in Elko, but it's not fair to take my wife to Elko. So, you know, there's yeah.
Brian, happy wife, happy life.
That's exactly right. So,
is it a 2-year residency or 1 year?
It's 3.
3 years. Okay. Yeah. No, happy wife, happy life. Definitely.
So, you know, Pennsylvania's pretty. It's cold, but it's pretty, and the economy here isn't bad. So,
good food.
You know, yeah. The I think her number one place that she'd like to be is in either Myrtle Beach or yeah, right. But yeah, I mean Conway has its
No.
has its yeah, it has its problems, right? Because
yeah, that's going back 50 years.
yeah, but it's a brand new program too, and that's a little scary, you know.
Could go either way.
It could go either way. And then Winter Haven, Florida was really nice too, and they love me there.
It's nice, yeah.
So, but again, it's a brand new program. So, you know, if the thing disappears in my second year, you know, then yeah, I mean, the chance of me having to go and find a different place to go and finish my residency is not attractive.
Mm.
So,
hey, no guts, no glory. Go for it.
well, I mean, you know, there's a certain amount of that too, right? You know,
yeah.
we got a lesson in You Can Never Go Home when we were in Nevada, because, you know, I mean, we have friends there, but all of our family's gone. Everybody's, you know, up and left, and it just didn't feel like home. You know, we kind of looked at each other and went, this is strange, because it's where we're from, you know, and so my chances are best probably matching there. But it's very expensive with now that Tesla's moved in,
okay.
and the people from the Bay Area are moving up there, and you know, it's just Reno has just turned into this funny place that's very different than it used to be. They have tracts of micro houses, 450 square foot micro houses that they sell for $500,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous.
You need to stay in the South. No.
But this is something what I heard too, that a lot of people going from California, by the way, or you know, my brother-in-law, he just moved to North Carolina because it's so much difference with the tax and everything. Yeah. It's not that crazy like this, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's also a cultural shock.
It really is.
Oh, yeah.
And the South has its problems too. You know, I had a guy look at me and last month and just look at me and say, "Well, Dr. Green, what do you think about abortion?"
Oh, no.
You know, and it's like, that's a totally out of bounds question in the first place, right? You know?
Yeah.
And I said, you know, I don't possess the plumbing to make decisions about an abortion, and neither do you. So I think women's health issues are important, but you know, I don't think. And he did not like that answer. He was not happy with that.
He didn't.
Yeah.
You can't win with that answer.
No, absolutely not.
No.
But it's genuine, you know, like that's where I'm coming from. So it's like how to, you know, I'm not gonna jump on the guy's bandwagon because, you know, I would be disingenuous and I would be unhappy practicing medicine there. So.
Does he know what you drive? No, I'm just kidding.
It's like, you know, I don't have a vagina, guy, you know, so I would prefer to let the people that possess one make decisions about their health care.
Gee, look at the time. I guess we have to go now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, boy. I get enough of this talk from my daughter, the ER nurse. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Harold, she's right.
Oh, yeah. But she doesn't understand what I've seen and what I've been through over the past 34 years as a cop, okay?
Yeah.
That's
No,
what I've forgotten.
You're absolutely, you know, to see the consequences of things from a grand, you know, from a macro perspective is definitely
different.
Yeah, it's definitely valuable. So, anyway.
What a closing note. Wow.
Yeah, right? Right. That was my experience with the South. You know? Yeah. So.
All right, who's going to do the 4-way test?
Little Rock. Who's going to do the four-way test?
Well, I was thinking that Brian already started about, is it the truth and is it fair to all concerned?
There you go.
With his comments.
Perfect. Perfect.
All right. The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Better friendships. And fourth.
Fourth,
Will it be
will it be
beneficial?
beneficial to all concerned?
And fifth.
Will it be fun?
That's it. Will it be fun?
Hey,
Great seeing
David.
everybody, guys.
Hope you guys have a great week. Stay warm.
We'll see you next week.
Lisa, again, thank you very much.
I'm going to play golf.
Thank you, everyone.
For sure.
I'm going to fly up and come play a couple rounds of golf with you.
Bring it. Come on. I'm ready.
I'm off.
Bye, guys.
Kilowatt a day. Courses are beautiful. See you guys.
All right, take care. See ya.